Welcome back to another video, everyone. My name is Leet, and today we're looking at the newest spacefaring adventure game called Jump Space. The footage you're seeing on screen is from my latest live stream at twitch.tv/InfernoXElite. There's a little pop-up on the screen now if you want to come give me a follow and watch my live streams. I live stream every weekend. But moving forward with the video, Jump Space has released into early access. It is not fully released, quote unquote, yet, but it is in a playable state. And so far, I've had a lot of fun with it. Don't mind the overlays. As I said, all of this is captured from Twitch. This is just me and my friends who are playing the game, running a mission. This is the first or second mission, so your ship isn't fixed yet. I also want to say that we did play the demo, which is essentially this part of the game, so there aren't story spoilers, there's nothing big spoiler territory, so feel free to watch. It's just general gameplay. You're probably wondering what exactly is Jump Space, and the best way I would describe it is Starfield's little brother that's better in every possible way. That's kind of a joke, but not really. It is a great game, and I did enjoy this more than Starfield. It is a space exploration, and quotation marks on exploration because the exploration factor is very limited, and it is also a looter. So the general premise and gameplay is you go and select where you want to go in the galaxy. You go through different sections, fighting enemies, looting space debris, and other various missions. You bring it back to the hangar, you upgrade your ship, and you keep running that forward and forward. And there is a story about some sort of resistance. I didn't really pay attention to the story as I usually do. I just more did the gameplay. And I've got to say, for a studio who's, I believe this is their first time releasing a game of this scale, it is ridiculously impressive what they've done. Now, there are things that I think could be handled better, as always. But as I've said, this is early access, and they have a full year roadmap of free content updates coming. So, first off, clap to the developers for being able to do that. They have listened immensely, and it is very, very cool to see developers doing this because a lot of developers do not listen anymore. Now, I'm going to start with the things that I really do like, and one of the main things is the cooperative aspect of the game. Being able to have someone pilot the ship, someone else walking around fixing the ship when it becomes damaged, which I'll get to in a minute, as well as someone on a gunnery seat, basically defending the ship. All really, really cool. It is a bit disorientating when you're walking around the ship looking out windows and someone's flying around. Another thing, the grappling hook is amazing in this game. I don't know what they've done. You can't really grapple to anything. There's only fixed points, but it is very, very fun to use, especially if you just fly off into space, as you'll probably see later in the gameplay. You can just jump off the ship, fly around in your suit, and grapple to enemy vessels and destroy them that way, which I didn't know you could do. I don't think that was in the demo, but it being in the full release is really, really cool. As well as general combat just feels really good in this game. The guns aren't the best, but they are still really good and better than some AAA developers that I've played games from that involve shooting. There's also the customization factor of the ship, which I will have later on, where I turn my ship in completely pink, because why the fuck not? Which I think is very, very cool. You get upgrades to your ship as things go along. Now, the way upgrades work in this game is you actually scavenge a lot of the upgrades from various wrecks, other enemy vessels, things like that, and then you bring them back to your ship and you slot them in. But they won't always work because you have to have enough power. So part of that is finding engine upgrades and engine expansion modules. I don't know if that's what they're exactly called, but that's what I'm referring to them as. To slot them in to gain more power so you can have more things on your ship. This is going to be something that you do over time in the game, because there is a lot to do in this game at this point in time, and we're not even fully, the galaxy isn't fully available to us yet. But that brings me to my next point, that is the exploration of each mission area. And I've got to say, it's really, really cool being able to just fly around an area off of your ship. Not necessarily having to have the ship on with you, and you can just go wherever you want. The ship is obviously a massive part of the game, but it's great to just be able to fly around. I do wish that there was a little bit more to do in each area. If you don't have a main objective in an area, it's just kind of hope there's something on the scanner and pray. But, you know, that's something that they can improve going forward. I do think that the exploration of this game is good, but it could be better. And I will talk about that in a little bit of what I want to see coming in the future of the game, because there are things that I think that they need to add going forward. One of those being other ships, because as far as I can tell right now, there is only one like ship body that you can have. I would like to see more ships. Obviously, I think that's going to come in time, but we will have to wait and see, and it would be a nice thing to have. I also would love to be able to have a mode where you aren't specifically doing missions, where you're just allowed to go explore, where you can land on a planet and just explore a little bit of an area. It doesn't have to be a whole planet like No Man's Sky does. It could just be a small little area that you can run around like Starfield does, which would be fine. I would just like more exploration, because I do like the exploration aspect of these space games. But other than that, I think they've done a phenomenal job with what they have for their first big release, and I really, really look forward to what's coming in the future with their roadmap, because they have said that there is going to be more things added as time goes on. I would also like to see an expansion to the player size, because you can currently only play with 4 players. I would like to see that brought up to 6 or 8, and then you have a bigger ship. That would be really, really cool. I understand that it's probably limitations at this point in time, but I hope to see where they take this. So if you ask me, absolutely buy this if you have it, or if you have the money and you're on the fence, give it a shot. It is 100% worth it. I do suggest picking it up with some friends, because this game is better cooperatively than single player, and on that note, you can play single player, because they do provide an AI companion that will help you if you are a solo player, which again, hats off to them, because that's a really cool thing that not a lot of developers would think of. But absolutely go give this a try if you have the money, and if you're thinking about it. It is 100% worth it, and it is cheaper than most games on the market today, and it is like half the price point. That's it from me for today. I will see you in the next video, hopefully soon. Sorry about the lack of new content. I've been trying to figure out what videos I want to make, and I haven't had much luck. There might be a Borderlands video coming soon, who knows. If you enjoyed the video, do like and subscribe. Let me know what you see in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.